What's up, guys? It's Big Happy 818 here, and today I got a first impressions of a new manga. It's called Boku no Hero Academia. I read the first two chapters because at the end of the first chapter, I was a little confused. But now that I read the second chapter, I pretty much know what's happened. Boku no Hero Academia is about where, and there's this world where it's around this boy called Midoriya, and in this world, everyone has a superpower because of an experiment that happened in China. So now everyone has a certain kind of power, and it might be like super strength, fire, etc. And so this boy Midoriya, he wants to be a hero, but he can't because he wasn't born with the ability. So he's a big, very big superhero fan, and he knows all the moves of the big superheroes like All Might and everyone else. And but there's one person that's stopping him in his way. His name is Katsuki. He is pretty much like a typical jock or asshole. Um, he likes he has an ability. He's gonna go to like a big superhero high school called UA, and he has like a fire ability. So then one day, uh, Katsuki bullies Midoriya because he likes all the superheroes, even though he wants to get into the superhero school, even though he doesn't have the power. And even at birth, they went to him and his mom, Midoriya and his mom went to the doctor, and he had like two joints instead of one. So it means basically he wouldn't be able to have a power, never, and he will never be a hero. But then one day he gets bullied by Katsuki, and Midoriya is sad. He's thinking about suicide and stuff, and he's walking, and then he gets swallowed up by this big monster, and who has like an invisibility power, and he's like a villain, and he's getting eaten up, and all of a sudden he wants to get saved, and all of a sudden one of the big superheroes, All Might, comes and saves him, and so All Might saves Midoriya. Midoriya is thanking him, and he's like, I want your autograph. I'm such a big fan. And then All Might says, I have to leave because I have to save the world. And Midoriya grabs onto All Might, even though he shouldn't have. And so they're flying in the air, and he asks him a bunch of questions. But then they, I guess they get down, and All Might, he goes back to, that's his superhero form, and he goes to his original form where he's basically a man in a hospital of no blood, and he's basically like a raisin. I mean, this guy had no fat. He was just skin and bones, and he was bleeding, and he's like I want to show you this, and he lifts up his shirt, and he had a big scar on his chest from a battle he had faced against a villain. And he said, this is what happened and now I can only be a hero for 3 hours a day because of this tragedy, and now my powers are less because I got scarred and he's not as good as anymore. And then he basically goes away, and Midoriya was calling him a fake, even though he's a hero, but he just got hurt. He had no muscles or anything, and he was basically dying. So then he's walking towards the town or something, the mall, the strip mall or something, and his friend Katsuki's there, and Katsuki gets eaten up by the same monster that All Might had defeated for some reason, and he's back. So he swallows up Katsuki, and he's basically dying, and Midoriya is like, oh my god, that's Katsuki, and that's my classmate or something. And so he basically he runs towards all the villains can't do anything against this monster, and holy crap, he basically all the villains can't do anything against the monster, and the next thing you know, all the the villain is swallowing up Katsuki, and Midoriya just runs out of nowhere. He starts running towards the villain, even though he has no powers or nothing, and he tries to save him. But then all of a sudden, All Might comes. I mean, even though I found his powers were gone for the day, because it was only 3 hours, and he defeats the villain, and then Katsuki is saved, and so is Midoriya from getting killed by the monster. And Midoriya is like, and Katsuki's like, he was like, he's like, I didn't ask you to save me. So yeah. And then Midoriya is like, at least I saved them, sort of. So Midoriya goes, he's walking away, and All Might sees him again. And he says, "Thank you for telling me." And Midoriya tells him his story on how he can be a hero even though he wants to. And then All Might says, "You can be a hero." So then that's the end of the first chapter. And for the second chapter, basically, he says he can inherit. All Might says he can inherit his powers, so Midoriya can be the hero. But he has to train, so he tells him to like clean up a park or like an ocean or something, and get all the garbage out of it, and he does. And it took him 10 months. And at the same time, he wants to get into UA High School, and he will inherit the powers. So he cleans up the whole ocean, and he becomes strong. He's like ripped. He has like abs, and he's got muscles. And then basically All Might gives him a piece of hair, and I guess he'll eat it or something. He'll do something with it to become All Might. And so, yeah. So that's the end of the second chapter, and that's what I got up to. I think I like this art style. I think it's really good. Someone told me, I think I heard that it's the guy that made Sensei Nobuge, which I really like that series, and it got canceled. And it looks really cool. I mean, it's kind of like I think it's kind of like a superhero story, like Tiger and Bunny, but I've never read Tiger and Bunny or watched it or anything. So I really like this series. There's like 25 chapters as of January 5th, and I think I'm gonna catch up to it and review it weekly, because I really like this series. I think it's really good. The only problem is that it's gonna be like, I wonder how long the series is gonna be, because I mean, there's so many people in the world and there's so many possible villains. So I mean, how can it all like finish, like get everyone lose their powers or something? I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the story. So I will catch up, and I will definitely review it weekly. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and check out Boku no Hero Academia. I really recommend it, and it's a great story, and I really like it. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel for the reviews coming up of Boku no Hero Academia weekly. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Bye.